Guys, one of my favorite aspects of zombies as a game mode is each map's unique side quests that vary in scale, rewards, and experience. Side eggs, or side quests, are completely independent of a map's main Easter egg and can range from points and weapon upgrades to full-on unique bonuses and equipment. I think side eggs are a really great way for Treyarch to expand both gameplay opportunities and deepen the lore/experience of each individual unique map, when done well, that is. Plenty of side eggs that have gone forgotten, both in the modern and classic era of zombies, for really one of two reasons. Either they're just kind of tedious to do and get, or the reward itself is just kind of unsatisfying, underwhelming. We have quite a few of those, to say the least. Side eggs, specifically in modern zombies, got off to a bit of a slow start in Cold War with D Machine, but I think have only gotten better since. I actually think we are at a really solid spot with what we're currently getting in Black Ops 7, at least pre-Paradox Junction, that is. We'll see what that experience brings and how fleshed out that is. But as of now, I thought it'd be fun to run through my top 10 favorite of the modern games. I think as a whole, some of these eggs go a little bit underappreciated, and even though we may not have as many game-changing map-unique rewards as classic zombies did, I think we definitely have a higher quantity of just little random side Easter eggs in each map nowadays. And I think that there are some gems that, again, kind of go unappreciated. While I will be explaining my personal reason for each placement, just at the end of the day, this is my opinion and what I like best, so don't take it too personally if you disagree. I'd love to hear what you guys think in the comments below. Before we get started with the main list, I do have some honorable mentions that I just have to bring up. I think these are all great and fine, but just didn't quite do enough to crack my top 10. Etherella on Liberty Falls is extremely fun to use and can help you kind of cheese some different steps. I think it's really weird and quirky, and that's kind of what I like about it. I actually really love upgrading the monkey bombs on Firebase Z. Really simple to do and fun to watch the zombies dance. I just don't get to use these often as well. They're on Firebase Z. The boat race on Terminus is a fun little break from the rounds, and I do the Rat King Easter egg on Citadel every single time I run that map. The crown is a very nice touch. I just wish it gave us a cooler reward. Imagine something like maybe a stamp you could get early before round 10. But with those few honorable mentions out of the way, let's get on to the main list. Coming in at number 10, I have the Bartender egg on Citadel des Morts. Citadel doesn't have a PhD flopper perk machine, but you can earn a can of flopper by collecting 3 liquor bottles from around the map and bringing them to the bar in spawn. Placing them on the counter will begin the egg, causing zombies to approach the counter and request one of 3 different colored drinks. Serving them correctly will get you 100-point tips, sometimes 500-point tips. And as long as you can keep up with the drink orders, you can remain in this Easter egg for actually quite a long time. After serving enough drinks, you will be awarded a free can of PhD Flopper. Even though PhD isn't always an essential perk, on Citadel with the swords especially, it's always great to have for its movement advantages alone. And I just absolutely love the rush of serving up drinks to zombies for tips on higher rounds. I love this, it's so much fun. I love interacting with the environment of the bar in this way. And although it doesn't have a crazy reward, I love doing the egg itself. I had to bring it in at number 10. At number 9, I have brewing perks in Ashes of the Damned. At the Diner's soda machine in Exit 115, you can basically bring different combinations of ingredients to craft one of 4 different perks for free: Juggernog, Speed Cola, Quick Revive, or Stamina Up. I personally love to use this for a free Juggernog early in my games, often as my first or second perk. However, if you're playing Cursed with a perk limit, this egg can be used to exceed it, which I love. The egg is simple, but I love what it adds to Ash's Diner. I always wish that there was more to use and interact with in the original Diner of Transit. Aside from the Galvaknuckles of On the Roof, it didn't really offer much, in my opinion. My only complaint with this egg is that I wish, maybe there were some more ingredients for a few more perk options. I don't expect them to do recipes for all 13 perks, but a variety of, say, 6 or even 8 would have been perfect. There are times I can't do this egg because I haven't planned ahead and I've already got all the perks that I can possibly craft, so I just wish we had a few more options with it. I think that would make it that much better. And if you could craft more than 1 perk per game, this would definitely be higher, but I think as it stands, number 9 is a good spot for it. Coming in at number 8 of the best side Easter eggs in modern zombies, here's where I've put the Cursed Talisman on Terminus. Now, of all the options I gave in my community poll, this was by far the least voted for, and I agree with you guys 100%. I do absolutely love the quest for this. Its lore and interacting with the pirate skeleton, returning the watch, reviving and killing the HVTs. I love how we get the treasure and then going a step further and surviving on the island until the chest spawns. And I really do love the fact that it's a map unique thing with its own individual story behind it. This is exactly what Modern Zombies needs more of. The only problem with the reward is kind of the talisman itself. Because of the length of this quest, you usually get it around 20 plus, meaning the zombies are already quite fast and aggressive. The double points granted by the talisman is huge, but my personal playstyle of running and gunning means I take a lot of I take a lot of hits. If Turtle Shell functioned in Black Ops 6 the same it does in Black Ops 7, maybe it wouldn't be as big of an issue. But as it stands, I often find that when I use the talisman, the double points granted simply sort of balance out for the points I lose every hit I take. Sometimes I even find my points sort of balancing out and becoming static with this talisman equipped. I get that it's cursed and so it has to have a downside, and maybe it's a skill issue on my end, but I found it a bit underwhelming overall as a reward for just granted the whole quest and lore and story behind it. I do love it though. It comes in at number 8. In my number 7 spot is going to be Die Machine's Coffin Dance Easter Egg. Simply shooting 5 orbs in the power room of the map teleports you into the dark ether. There are lights flashing and music blaring as zombies perform various dance moves around the map. At the center of the madness in front of the Pack-a-Punch machine is a group of marching zombies carrying a loot crate that will soon be yours. Very nice free jug and random rarity weapon at the beginning of every match, just after you turn on the power. Now, while I absolutely love the spectacle and how fun this dancing zombies Easter egg is, I do think it loses a bit of its charm the more you experience it. There isn't much to do besides watch and troll the zombies as they dance, which is cool and fine. I love this egg, don't get me wrong, but I don't think it's quite as helpful or interactive as some of the other eggs higher up on this list. So I think number 7 is a good spot for it. Comes in right there, the Coffin Dance. Coming in at number 6, we're actually going back to Terminus with the Whack-a-Mole Crab Easter egg. By blowing up a crate in the trees of Crab Island, you can find 4 different groups of crabs popping in and out of the sand. Group of crabs grants a different reward for doing it, either a random weapon, perk, load of essence, or load of salvage. Completing all 4 early in game can give you a great start to a match, but the main reason for this egg's placement on my list is just how fun and interactive it is in itself. Whacking the crabs is both fun and anxiety-inducing, and I just love the use of our melee weapon with the crabs and the island. I love it. I love how it plays, and it's something so small but so effective. I really do think that this is a perfect example of simplicity done well in a side egg in all of Zombies. Even if you don't get all the rewards, you'll be laughing at how the game makes you feel so dumb when you can't hit a single fucking crab. It's such a fun egg, simple rewards, but I think it's great. I love doing it. Do it every single game. Comes in at number 6. Kicking off the top 5, this is where I have the pizza delivery egg in Forsaken. By ether shrouding through this door in Beach Pizza, you'll find a dancing Ronald Reagan zombie and a stack of pizza boxes. That sweet, sweet za. No, not that kind. And for every pack of za that you deliver, Ronald will give you rewards ranging from salvage to power-ups to a possible ray gun. You get 4 different shots at this, and I personally always execute him if he hasn't given me a ray gun by the 4th run of it. Of course, I let him live if he pays me accordingly. It's a dangerous business we're doing here after all, okay? But yeah, I just really love the concept and execution of this egg. It's so easy to do, yet potentially so hard to find on your own. I love how it's like completely hidden. This is one that I very rarely will see people doing in public matches. I don't think that even like a broader part of the zombies community knows about it. And again, what makes this egg place at number 5 is just how fun it is actually doing it, delivering the pizzas in the time limit, the dancing Ronald Reagan zombie dropping you rewards. You also have to be like very careful because it's in a very tiny room. You don't want to get boxed in. You might accidentally kill this guy and then you won't be able to get any more rewards from him. I can definitely understand some people finding this a bit basic, and I will admit maybe it comes in at number 5 for me because it's more of a personal favorite. But I really do love it. I, again, do it every time I play Forsaken, and I just think it's perfect. Fits the pizzeria location. It's my number 5, guys. Sorry, fight me. Coming in at number 4 on this list, I have the bowling Easter egg in Liberty Falls, and my god, do I love this egg. Maybe it's biased because I was basically a pro bowler in middle school, not to brag, but this is one of my favorite side eggs in Zombies, period. We get to take a break from killing zombies to run a game of 10-pin bowling. I mean, come on, it's peak. I get it getting repetitive if you only play Liberty Falls public and people constantly activate it, but other than that, I mean, come on. I never get sick of it personally. And it's much more intense in those public matches when you're sniping other people's kills. It's great, lots of fun. There's even a freaking achievement in the game for bowling over 300. Good luck with that. But overall, I just love this egg, and as you guys know by now, I just love when we can interact with stuff and areas on the actual map in itself. And this is a prime example, perfect example of that. It's map specific, it's integrated, it's literally a building in freaking Liberty Falls. Finding the bowling shoes is simple and fine. It's cool. And I just think the actual bowling in itself, it's like so crazy looking. I think it's perfect for Liberty Falls, a map that overall isn't all that exciting visually besides like the church, right? So I love that it's here. I love the way that they did it. Comes in at my number 4. Pure fun on every level. Coming in at number 3, this is where I have these spores on Ashes of the Damned. In every POI of this map, basically, I think besides Cosmodrome, I believe, you can find little green spores. If sprayed with fumigators you can pick up on the map, the spores will evolve and grow until they burst with rewards, literally, all while zombies spawn in and attack the spore. This egg on its own is good, but paired with toxic growth becomes amazing and borderline broken. Placing a growth on the spore will not only protect it from incoming zombies, but speed up the growth rate of the spore itself. So you'll get rewarded a lot faster. With this method, you can literally farm ether tools, pack a bunch of crystals, and free perks every round as these spores respawn. Again, honestly, it's a bit OP, even post-nerf, but it's extremely fun to use, and I hope Treyarch doesn't nerf it or anything like that. I think it's fine as it is. I think it's a great addition to Ashes. It could arguably, honestly, be higher on this map, but my only fear with it is that it will return in another Black Ops 7 Zombies map to come. Given what they're now doing with Paradox, it's very possible that, Treyarch hasn't learned anything from their mistakes, and we're going to start seeing a lot of stuff reused in maps potentially. Don't want to be a doomer. I'm excited for the maps to come still, but I'm just saying if this does get reused and no longer is ever in the future an Ashes specific egg, then I think that'll definitely drop its likeness for me personally. Just because, again, what I love so much about side Easter eggs is that they're unique to maps and they expand on maps in some way, whether it be primarily lore or gameplay advantage wise, right? That is why I don't include things like TED tasks or the Cold War trials in this. Those are on every map. Those are like basically mechanics of the game. I wouldn't count those side eggs like Easter eggs, unfortunately, because of how overspammed they've been, right? But as this stands, it's amazing. I think number 3 is a great spot for it. It's very, very helpful. I run Toxic Growth every time I play Ashes just for this this thing that you can do with the spores. So again, arguably it could even be higher, but for me it's going to come in at number 3. And at the number 2 spot, this is where I'm going to have the Ether Blade in Reckoning. Now I know community sentiment for this thing isn't the greatest due to it literally being inaccessible at the map's launch. It required the new Mr. Peaks field upgrade, which came later in season as we know, and yeah, that made for a pretty bad launch experience if you ask me. A lot of people have never even experienced this thing because it simply wasn't available during this map's prime of Easter egg hunting and solving and release. I mean, come on. Treyarch could also literally tease that this map had a map unique thing to hunt for, so it's so crazy that they let this come out without the Mr. Peaks upgrade that is needed to use it. Obviously, horrid miscalculation on the part of Treyarch and Activision that hopefully will never ever be repeated again. Ever. All that being said, the Ether Blade is very fun to use in Black Ops 6. It recharges very quick and kills infinitely. Yes, only a few zombies at a time, but the blade will constantly activate Hotfoot on stamina, making you a speed demon. This is essentially the Modern Zombies version of the Hell's Redeemer. I think it's so good and so fun to use. And it also gives major bonus points and actually draws me to play the map of Reckoning overall. I get that the introduction of the quest had a really rough start, but as a whole, I love doing this quest. I think it's definitely worth going back and doing if you haven't tried out the Aetherblade in Reckoning yet. It's a very fun tool to mess around with and have in Modern Zombies. And it's something that I almost always grab on the Reckoning just because I can only use it on that map. It does incentivize me to use it on that map. Obtaining it isn't that bad from the safe, and I think it absolutely deserves the spot of number 2 on this list. I don't think enough people give the Aetherblade the credit it deserves. And finally, coming in at my number 1 spot on the list, top side Easter eggs in Modern Zombies, I have golden armor on the tomb. Could it be anything else, guys? I mean, come on. Armor that infinitely regenerates itself over time is peak and completely fixes the issue of armor as a whole in Modern Zombies. You basically just have Jug again. You never really have to replay unless you're in like a tight situation. Not only is it a great reward, but this is a challenge to unlock. Locating and restoring the statue's lost heads from the Dark Aether Nexus allows you to activate 2 blood rituals, locking you in the spawn room and stripping you of your health. All you have is your armor. And you take on extremely fast and strong HVTs in this thick fog. The trials are brutal as they block score streak usage, and I'm not ashamed to say that I've failed this quite a few times. When you do manage to successfully complete the 2 rituals, you will be rewarded with golden armor, an extremely helpful map-exclusive reward that makes it honestly extremely hard to die with the ice staff as well on this map. It's OP. I mean, come on, can it be anything else other than golden armor? It's so funny that this is, in my opinion, the best Modern Zombie side Easter egg, and it's on the tomb. I don't think we give the tomb enough credit for it because, I mean, I put it at like the bottom of my ranking list in my Modern Zombies ranking video, so maybe I need to listen to my own advice and give it some credit for how good golden armor is. And what a rush and how challenging it is to actually get this. It feels so good and so rewarding actually completing it and getting it. I think it's perfect. Comes in at the number 1 here on our list of Modern Zombies side Easter eggs. But that's going to be it from me today, guys. If you like my content, please do consider subscribing as we are over halfway to 100 subs now. Very exciting. Thank you guys so much. And I'd love to know what your favorite side eggs are in Modern Zombies down below. Okay, thanks. Bye.